Today is our introduction to functions. There are uh, four different kinds of functions that we're actually going to talk about and variations off of any of those. And I'll put them in the comments here. And they are functions that do not return a value and have no arguments. In other words, things passed to them. There are functions that you can have that do have a return value and have no arguments. There's of course functions that do have a return value and arguments, things you pass to them. Spell things right. And functions that do not have a return value but do have arguments. And those are the four kinds. So what are we going to do first? Well, we're going to do this one up here first. That do not have a return value and have no arguments. In other words, just a function call. And we'll put that prototype right here. Okay, put the prototype up here. It is void, and we're going to say print menu. And you'll notice that right there it doesn't have a return type. That's the void in front. It has a name, and inside the parentheses there is no arguments. So we're actually going to put the actual function down here. Now this up here is the prototype, and that prototype or a better word might be placeholder. We're telling the compiler, hey, we're going to write a function called print menu. It doesn't have a return type, it has no arguments, and the compiler will say, okay, I'll wait for that. So down here we're actually going to write it. Void print menu, and now we're going to write it. And I'm going to pause this and I'm going to write a print menu. I'm not going to take up your time watching me type, so I'm going to just, a lot of cout statements is all I'm going to do. So let me pause this and I'll come back and you'll see the menu code magically appear. Ta-da! Here we are back. Let me move this down a little bit so you can see it. Alright, so here is our menu up here. Print menu. Here's the actual function itself, and see, it's just a bunch of cout statements. And what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to call it. I'm just going to call it. The call is just say print menu. Now what's going to happen is when the operating system starts to execute the program, what it's going to do is it's going to start at main and it'll come down and execute the first statement past the left bracket, which is print menu. It'll print the menu out and then go down to by going down to the routine itself, executing all the couts, and when it's done it will return to the main routine and execute the next statement after the print menu, which in this case is just a return 0. So this is an example of a prototype. The actual function itself, and of course the actual function itself, we like to put block comments above it, and they look a lot like this. Okay, this is a block comment. There we go. Okay, let's build this. Build solution. Okay, it succeeded. Start without debugging, and ta-da. Okay, there it is, and it just prints the menu out. Press any key to continue. That's an example of a function that has no return type and no parameters. Again, look up here, it's no return type. That's void. Right in here there should have been an int, a double, a character, some type if it was a return type. There's the name, and no parameters. It's an empty set of parentheses. Okay, now I'm going to publish this video and put it out there so we have nice short little videos on functions. Look at this one as many times as you need to. Generally speaking, this type of function is used to do things like print out menus or activate something, something that doesn't require input from it. It just doesn't turn features of hardware on, turn them off. All right, very good. On to the next subject. The next thing we're going to do is functions that do return a type.